Welcome to Diary Hour, the Knights Templar, Myth and Reality. Let me take you back to the 12th century. The dust of the First Crusade was still settling. Jerusalem had been taken by Christian forces in 1099, and pilgrims from Europe were flooding into the Holy Land. But the journey was deadly. Bandits roamed the roads, and Muslim forces were constantly fighting to reclaim lost territory. That's where the Knights Templar came in. The order was founded in 1119 by a small group of knights led by Hugues de Payens. They were warrior monks, a strange idea even back then. They took monastic vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, but they weren't confined to cloisters. These were armed men, elite fighters trained to protect Christian pilgrims on their way to Jerusalem. The order was officially named the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, but most people just called them the Knights Templar, because their headquarters was set up on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, believed to be the site of Solomon's temple. Now here's where it gets interesting. Despite calling themselves poor, the Templars quickly became rich, very rich. Kings, nobles, and even the church itself donated land and money to the order. They weren't just warriors anymore, they were landlords, bankers, and ship owners. By the 13th century, the Templars had built a network of castles, farms, and treasuries stretching from England to the Middle East. They invented an early form of banking. A pilgrim could deposit money in London, receive a coded note, and withdraw it in Jerusalem, a revolutionary idea in medieval finance. It made them powerful, maybe too powerful. For almost 200 years, the Templars were untouchable. They fought in major battles of the Crusades, like the Siege of Acre and the Battle of Hattin. And while they suffered heavy losses, their reputation as fearless and disciplined warriors only grew. But then everything started to unravel. In 1291, the Crusader stronghold of Acre fell. It was the last major Christian city in the Holy Land. The dream of a Christian kingdom in the Middle East was over. The Templars retreated to Cyprus, and their purpose was questioned. In 1307, Philip made his move. On Friday the 13th of October, yes, that's where the superstition comes from, he ordered the mass arrest of the Templars in France. Dozens of knights were thrown in dungeons. Under torture, they confessed to outrageous crimes, spitting on the cross, worshiping idols, and secret initiation rituals. Most historians believe these confessions were lies extracted under brutal methods. Still, the damage was done. Pope Clement V, who by the way was under heavy pressure from Philip, issued an order in 1312 officially dissolving the Knights Templar. Their assets were supposed to be handed over to another order, the Hospitallers, but guess who pocketed most of the wealth? That's right. Philip Dodded, the last Grand Master of the Templars, Jacques de Molay, was burned at the stake in 1314. Legend says he cursed the king and pope from the flames, and both men died within a year. Whether true or not, the fall of the Templars became one of the most dramatic episodes in medieval history. But that's not where the story ends. Over the centuries, the Templars became legends. People whispered that they survived in secret, preserving ancient knowledge or hidden treasure. Books and conspiracy theories linked them to the Holy Grail, the Ark of the Covenant, and even the Freemasons. Some claim they discovered secrets under the Temple Mount that changed history. Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code? Just one modern version of these myths. So what's the truth? Historically, the Templars were a disciplined military and financial organization, not holy relic hunters or secret magicians. But their dramatic rise and sudden fall left a vacuum that legends rushed to fill. They were warriors, monks, and bankers, villains to some, heroes to others. But above all, the Knights Templar were men who lived and died in one of the most violent and mysterious chapters of the medieval world.